It has been some time, hasn't it? Right, welcome to the Sunday night stream. I'm your host, Apartfun39. Today I'll be streaming Arcanum of Steamworks and Magick Obscura. It has been, almost like 2 weeks since my last stream? God, at this rate, it's gonna be next month. No, but I've been busy this last few days. It's been utter chaos. I've been trying to find time, but suffice it to say, it's been pandemonium on my end, trying to find time to stream. And so, yeah, here I am, trying to, at the very least, continue what I started oh so long ago. Boy. This week is going to be even more chaotic. I got, like, a ton of stuff coming up for me. And I've been meaning to try and stream again, but there's been new games, and yeah. So, with that being said, let's focus on the here and now and trying to push through Arcanum of Magick and Steamworks Obscura. So, last I left off, I know I discovered the, Dwarven Mines that was home for, Bates. Yes, that Bates studied under. And so now we're continuing where that is right now. And right now I'm just watching and waiting for... Yep. Yep. So... here we go, I suppose. Alright, but yeah, here we go. In the midst of a, yes, we're in the midst of, wandering through this dwarven area. And, yeah. Alrighty. Let's go at this at a measured pace right now, shall we? Because right now, my party is... it's not bad, but it's not exactly terribly great either, you know? We're competent, you know? We're reaching the paces, as it were. I'm trying to reevaluate. How do I want to approach this? I'm trying to think of how do I want to approach this a little bit. Maybe I want to like boost my mage capability. I don't know, because the thing is that this game can support a lot of builds. However, it could also support a lot of terrible ideas as well. And so that's the general issue right now. Is that there's going to be a lot of stuff I need to build up towards. To which, let me see my character sheet. I'm currently sitting at a balanced stat, and I know that harm specifically... yeah, harm specifically scales off if you have like higher... if you have higher magical affinity, to which I currently don't. I'm currently sitting at a very, just whatever place, you know? Let me see. What is it that I can make? I know I've heard somewhere that you can make yourself a, an exosuit or something like that, or power armor, right? Maybe it's the, maybe it's the elite chainmail, I don't know. And then again, I really don't want to have to like stick around and do like a crazy amount of stuff. Yeah, I don't want to have to like do like a crazy amount of stuff, you know. It's It's too whatever for me. I just want to go through my first run and just be like the most meh guy ever in terms of like doing anything, but then I have like stupid high like stats that are they're like attributing to like, you know, willpower, physical, less so in physical brawn, but moreover like raw support or something like that, you know? I don't know if that makes sense, but that's my idea of how I'm going about this a little bit. In fact, that's why I opted in for, oh no, I'm down. But yeah, that's why I opted for going for full charisma and maxing out as soon as possible, just to get as many people in my company as possible, and just so that way I could probably get by with just speech checks alone. This is ironically one of the few games I could actually benefit from just going pure charisma. I can't say that Fallout has the same thing. I know the first Fallout does, but Fallout 2, it ends in combat always. It starts off fighting, it ends off in fighting. So, yeah. I need to get myself some better... what can I... Willpower influences haggling, contributes to hit point fatigue. And certain spell resistances. Okay. I might invest in the willpower then, because harm is, from what I understand, harm is like the greatest spell you get. There's like no debate about it. It's just so hilariously broken that you could just literally just start from the beginning and then just end from there. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm trying to remember what I read and what I remember specifically. So, when it comes to like mechanical building, like actual like engineering and such in this game, you need resources, and resources, they're not hard. Certain resources are hard to come by, and along with that, you need to like stack up on them like crazy. So, let's see, we got Hellgate, Hardened Hands. Trying to think. Maybe I should just go straight up for teleporting or something. I don't know, because I know apparently you could get that. Ooh, hasten. No, wait. Conveyance. Oh, teleportation. Minimum 15. I need willpower that much. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember more of like this world's rules. So, engineering is pretty much adhering to the natural world order and the laws therein, whilst magic is the polar opposite, in which you're violating the rules of nature. If you hear something going on in the back, that's my AC. Let me see, what do I want to give him? Because I'm carrying like a shitload of stuff. I am currently sitting at medium stones right now. I am a heavy fucker. That's probably accounting for my armor and everything too, so. Oh. Let's see. You know, give me that wine back. It's not as though I don't trust you with the wine, it's just that I'm gonna need that wine more than you. What's my encumbrance right now? I can't tell. You want some magnesium? Yeah, I think it's definitely my armor. I'm moving slow as dirt because I can barely fucking wear this armor. So an ore golem, let me see. Let me see, do I have any, like... I do, okay. So how does this work? Just... Alright, real quick. So I'm gonna have to spam the ever-living shit out of it. I'm gonna need to down like a bunch of... Oh no, the Gar is dead. This is unacceptable. I need people alive, damn it. How do I use potions, man? How do I use stuff in my hotbar? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Alright, let me see. What the fuck am I using? Oh, it's an unidentified sword. Oy vey. Oh, my first roadblock right now. Let me think. Quick, run away, run away, run away! Jeez, alright. That fucking golem is just gonna be a roadblock right there. Yeah, you just got like fucking orc golems here just blocking my path. I'm kinda at a soft lock. Let me see, what can I do? Obviously, frontal confrontation is literal death. And my harm isn't strong enough to... Well, I don't have enough to dispose of him just yet, so let's see here. Let's see. Fight barehanded, but everyone has high damage gauntlets. Use expendable weapons. Use ranged weapons. Use magic to prevent them from entering melee range. Oh my god, okay. So, my options are pretty sparse right now. See. Yeah, my harm is just not that good of a skill. Dead and downed. Yep. Damn it. Problem is, it's gonna fucking... What the fuck? Oh god, fucking Sog is just getting just gonna get wrecked. Damn it, fucking, my companions are just fucking whatevering around right now. How do I command them to wait? That's what I'm trying to figure out. see. Oh. Oh, I can... Alright, there we go. So trying to figure out how I could check my companion's health. And bam! There it is. Alright. Magnus is looking like shit, but when is he never looking like shit? Alrighty, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I could take on 2 more companions. Question is, who can I take on? Run, run, bitch, run. Yeah, gotta get, like, close enough. Yeah, the problem is that as soon as he spots me, he's gonna try and aggro me. Which is why it's important for me to aggro him first. Yeah, you see, fucking... I'm trying to kite the guy is what I'm trying to do. The problem is with this game's, for lack of a better word, shit precision. I can't exactly do that right now. Let's see, come on, shortcut, shortcut, shortcut. Why is he attacking the fucking dog? God damn it. I swear to God, it's like this guy's fucking knowing my plan or some shit. Guys, stay close, stay close. Ah, son of a bitch. Alright. Oh my god, I can't fucking... jeez. What an insufferable pain in my ass right now. Oh, thank fuck. We got by somehow. And that was because we had like one spare dynamite. God. And there's like another fucking golem here too. God, do we have to face that one? Like mandatorily? God, if... Oh, no. Okay. No, I don't think... Well, maybe. It doesn't look like there's like an exit there or something. But it doesn't look like there's an exit there, so... Let me see. Is there any more? Doesn't look like it near term, so... I think we're in the clear for now. Oh man, what happened, guys? Did we win the fight? I think I could probably get away with now getting healing salves. It was like me trying to constantly cast power word agitate or something. I cast power word agitate. This is awful though right now. The way that I got my spell system set up. Let me see if I can... How do I... What is the spell key? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is the... Okay, A. A is my... A as in attack. So, alright. Oh. The fuck? Where the fuck am I? Yeah, where the fuck am I? Seriously, what the shit happened? Look at that. Everybody's alive right now. I helped. It's me, a man in plate armor, with my motley crew of literal manservants going out to kill these guys. Oh god, I got knocked down! I got knocked down. Guys, am I still handsome? No, I got scarred. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. People have an average reaction to me now. Shit. Fuck. God damn it. There's a rock spirit now, not a rock golem. So, theoretically easier? Good job, everybody. Let's pat ourselves on the back now. Alright, I have one skill point, and let me see. I'm not gonna get a huge buff to it overall. Let me see, compared to like Constitution or something. Oh, this dictates both. Okay, and I get, by increasing it by 1, I can get hit points, fatigue, and spell resistances. That could work, and along with that I get haggle too, so wouldn't really... Yeah, you know what, why not? But then again, you know what, I'm gonna just round out beauty score, just for that even 12, and then afterwards I'm gonna dump into willpower. Maybe some intelligence, but it's likely just gonna be willpower. My character's just gonna have like what was it, like a anime hero moment where he's just like, I can't let my party members do all the work for me. I gotta take up and be a hero, or some shit like that. Right now my character's like the reverse of Escanor from the Seven Deadly Sins, the only good character in that anime. Oh wow, the rock spirit is fucking dog shit compared to the fucking golems. The golems are like level 25, whilst the spirit is like 15. We just hit level 11, so you know. Let me see. Oh god, I think we are gonna encounter that stinking golem. Oh god, Sogs almost bit the bullet. Pocket watch, geode, electrical parts, some sheet metal. Yeah, I like to trade. You want to hold like a lot of garbage I'm carrying right now? Maybe it's high time to ditch the plate armor. I don't know. I just like the idea of me just wandering around, not really meant to wear plate armor. Yeah, maybe I'll trade it in later. I don't know. Let's see. First Berserker Kazan just got announced to have a new free update slash DLC coming out, and it's gonna add a female Kazan. It's gonna be interesting. Can't wait to see all the porn about her. Some might say, Apar, you're being a bit presumptuous, aren't you? And you're right, I am. All the same though, the internet has a way of doing it. If there's a will, there is a way. Also, trying to remember. I actually did look into DNF lore a while ago. when the first Berserker Kazan was released. And trying to remember distinctly. But yeah, I'm trying to remember distinctly the details of the lore. So pretty much, when it came to when it comes to Kazan himself, I'm not sure if I explained this on stream before, but I'll explain it again. The whole context and premise is based off DNF's original lore for Kazan, in which he is the first Berserker and the man that is responsible for the Berserkers in the world of DNF. Hence him being called the first Berserker. And the whole thing where Berserkers become, well, Berserkers is because it's technically like a curse and a virus. But yeah, it's a curse and a virus in one, that if anyone gets infected, they just go blind mad. There have been a few instances where specific and very much, what's the word for it, strong-willed people were able to resist the curse and attain unimaginable power, you know, like Dungeon Fighter's Berserker class for both male and female. You have the Ghost Blade, for example, being the most arguably definitive version of what Kazan is in the game. And then you have the aforementioned Berserker. Then you have the Spellbinder or the Demon King or whatever the hell it was called. Demon Knight, whatever. And then you have, what was it? The Ashura, which was like a weapon master that channeled Kazan's curse into all these weapons and such. I'm trying to remember what the female Berserker was. I think she's technically called the Spectre, but I'm trying to remember the specifics. She has the same affliction, and she, I think, has the same class set, barring Ghost Blade. I think for her specifically, she got the aforementioned Spectre, in which for that one specifically, she would just be kind of sort of like a special agent using her sword. But yeah, she would be a special agent with a sword. Anyway, point being is that the whole story of First Berserker Kazan is a what-if scenario. Because in canon lore, meaning in the actual MMO itself, it is described that Kazan died in an avalanche, and Ozma was executed, as they were both traitors to the Los Pelos Empire, which is the same empire in the game of First Berserker. And so, because Nexon and Neo people decide to tackle this, what is basically a Elseworld DC story, I guess you could say. Because they tackled it, they're, I guess, right now experimenting and see what they want to, like, do. Because I know it's very likely that it's not going to change the lore of DNF too much. Because, again, no matter how you cut it, all these characters, they're dead. Like, they are straight dead by the time the MMO comes out, or by the time the timeline of the MMO is, they are all but yeah, they are all dead, and this is pretty much a reflection of like what if. I'm trying to remember as well, I know that in one of the cinematics as well, Kazan is actually shown, and I believe it was the but yeah, Kazan was shown in like a DNF cinematic, in which I think the Demon Binder pretty much called the gate, summoned forth the what was it? I think it was Charon, the Toll Keeper of the Dead. And when Kazan sees Charon, he's just like, not even for a few moments, and just Charon says no, and takes Kazan back into hell. And pretty much Charon acknowledges the demon binder as his king. It's it's so wild and it's hilarious. So, canonically speaking, Kazan is a guy. However, I imagine like this is me like bullshitting a little bit, just like fan theory as to why there's a female Kazan in First Berserker. It's either going to be A, someone's fan fiction, just like, and Kazan, the great general, was actually a woman this entire time. Oh, and just like someone's going hog wild. Or, you know, the more practical approach is that Kazan's feats have described him as many things. Among them is probably handsome. However, other words might be used, like beautiful. And some might have interpreted that as Kazan being a woman. Or maybe there's like some like rumor that Kazan was actually secretly a woman this entire time, you know? It's interesting food for thought as to like what the reason as to why it is. I don't really mind. I'm probably going to start a new playthrough, a new save file just specifically for female Kazan, but still, it's in a metatextual sense, when you really, at the very least, account for like reasons why stuff like this happens, like for example, Adventure Time's Fiona and Cake. Okay. Alright, so these guys, yeah, so fire guys are gonna be a pain to deal with. Oh god, don't tell me I gotta go through there. Probably not actually, but still. But yeah, no, for me, it's like kind of funny to think of like as a metatextual way as to like why it exists. Like again, like Fiona and Cake, retroactively, it was like a one-off episode, but I'm trying to remember. There's been like some fan art about it, and the fact that it got, I guess, somewhat canonized in the sense that it was Ice King's fan fiction brought to life is kind of hilarious and interesting to think about. Then you have like that other like sort of meta episode with The Amazing World of Gumball where, what's her name? I think Sarah got her hands on like a reality bending notebook, and what she wrote became reality. And so you got like all these like extra like crazy shit. Like for example, I think for a time, and this is something that I looked up frequently, was like Gumball X Carry, and then you have like, and this is like something I didn't really look up that much, which was like Darwin X Female Gumball, or vice versa. It's like, it's kind of funny just to see like some stuff like that. Of course, again, when it comes to like, again, the actual game, it's likely going to play it straight, but I just like thinking of like these crazy bullshit things for like to explain these things. Alright, right now I'm waiting for my fatigue to go back up, so give me a sec to just look at this. I want to get it above like 20 at least before I move on. I do want to at the very least get to I guess, second part of this game, the second act. I do want to try stream tomorrow, but I do have something going on the day after tomorrow, so... Oh my god, look at this. What the fuck do we got here? Search for a target in the Black Mountain Clan. Any failure in those shrouded hills? Like, I wasn't sure that we met with severe punishment. God damn, look at this place. Got a rock sprite, too. Alright, we got a rock sprite. Not as strong as a rock golem, but definitely gonna be a pain, so... So I'm trying to think off the top of my head. What other stuff has been going on lately? I guess I've been getting into like other games lately. I've been getting back into Dark Tide, which tomorrow yeah, I've been getting back into like 40k Dark Tide because tomorrow, at the time of the streaming, is going to be the release of the Arbites subclass, or the Arbites class for the game, in which I did not know about it, I guess you could say, about the Arbites. Yeah, I guess you could say I don't know the I didn't know about the Arbites too much. I think I saw them like once, but outside of that, it's just like, yeah. Oh, let me see here. I'm just looking at this. Alright, so real quick, just so yeah, I've just been alright, sorry, apologies. Anyway, yeah, no, I've just been pretty much getting back into that game, and it's been pretty good, I'd say. Alrighty, but yeah. So yeah, I've just been getting into Dark Tide again because of the Arbites class. And it's been pretty interesting just going through the game again. Oh god, my companions are not in good health right now, so I gotta wait for them and myself to get back to full health. Alright, so yeah, anyway, I've just been... Yeah, no, I've gotten to Dark Tide again. I've been playing it more because of the Arbites class. I actually got as well into Rogue Trader a little bit, again, because the Arbites class is coming out like the day after tomorrow, so yeah, that's great. I'm trying to think what else. But yeah, no, I've just been playing around with a bunch of other games. I've been meaning to wanting to stream those games as well, but because I want to finish Arcanum first at the very least, I'm hesitating to actually do so. So right now, real quick, I'm looking at the the first Berserker Kazan 3-month anniversary DLC right now. So let's see here. What do we get? Well, firstly, we get the aforementioned female Kazan that I talked about. You get to play as the female version of Kazan, and with it, you also get a dungeon fighter. Oh yeah, you get a dungeon fighter hero outfit, specifically based off the Berserker, and the Ghost Knight for the female character. You also got 3 new hairstyles, and yeah, that's interesting. I do. If there is one thing I am curious about, is if there is going to be like DLC added later on for. But yeah, there's going to be like DLC later for First Berserker. I know it is likely going to be meant for like it's likely just meant to be a one-off, but at the same time, I can't help but like think to myself that, you know, you got people like clamoring on about First Berserker. You got people that like it. It's arguably one of the more definitive hack and slash games we have as to date. And so, you know, why not, you know, make more content for it. At the very least, maybe like, I'm trying to think like specifics right now off the top of my head. There we go. Look at that. We did it, guys. We did it. Where am I going now? Where does this lead to? I think, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I know that people were clamoring on about for a new weapon moveset, and specifically one that was based off the, based off one of the bosses. Yeah, it was... Alright, but yeah. People were asking about, like, to get the Maluka moveset, where pretty much it's a guy with, like, katana-based weapons. I'm not sure if it's, like, scimitars or sabers, but because he's, like, doing quick draw and, like, all sorts of, like, crazy anime move stuff, people want that moveset. And I, you know what, I can't lie, my inner weeb and swordsman a file is wanting that type of moveset as well. But I can't help but think that, if I'm not mistaken, because this is something I'm actually building towards, both the spear moveset as well as, more specifically, the ultimate moveset that you get later in the game does actually have the player, you know, technically use a katana and the like. So it's one of those things, you know? It's just off the top of my head. Apologies if this is moving slow. I am trying to get back in the swing of things. And just as well, I'm also trying to get into beating this section of the game. Let's see, should I even bother changing combat? Should I even bother doing like a moderate difficulty or not? On one hand, I don't really care much for difficulty. However, on the other hand, I do want to get through this quickly, and just going through this game. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Let's see, you get more XP for easy mode and less XP for hard. Medium, change it to hard. Change it to hard when it gets too easy. Hard is the way. Other difficulties are too easy. So, okay, so the more pragmatic approach is that if you play on easy, you're just gonna get more XP, and that's it. The game is well balanced, though inconsistent in some areas. When you're minding your own business, fight level 3 creatures with a level 8. Suddenly out of nowhere, you meet level 25s. Alrighty. So, alright, it seems like most of the guys got their resources back right now, so... I gotta get into doing that, what was it? I gotta get into doing solo TTRPGs again. I've been meaning to do that again, but like I mentioned prior at the beginning, it's just been utter chaos right now. In terms of trying to find time and just scheduling and such. I'm hoping that maybe next week things will be much more better suited somewhat. However, I also realize that chances of that is like not astronomically low, but not going to be always in favor of myself, you know? But yeah, it's not always going to be in my favor, I guess you could say, on that front. So that's why I'm hesitant to doing that. I just want like a consistent time frame I could scale off of, really. Oh man, there's like a lot of good games coming out next year. God, it sucks. I wish there was like something decent to play now. Not that there's not anything that isn't good now, but still, it's just like gonna be fucking months or weeks off. Alright, but yeah, it's just gonna be like weeks off or something. Or months off. Either way, it's just gonna be a good chunk of time before any particularly new games are gonna be coming out to play and actually engage with. Okay. Just wait a little while longer, because, again, my fatigue is also important, so I could actually not be a fucking wet blanket. I've been trying to make some new art for, well, not really a new character, but at the very least, a returning character, at the very least, is what I'll say. Because for Tormenta 20, the one I was playing with my party, I actually had to re-roll my character, not because he died, but just because it was so much of a fucking hassle to try and, it was so much of a fucking hassle to try and, play with, because he kept on fucking triggering friendly fire a lot. But, you know, it's not terrible, but not exactly great either if I'm, like, the one proccing it every time. In fact, it's one of the things that it's actually caused animosity between me and some of the players, which is why I'm actually re-rolling in the first place. Because it is an insufferable pain in the ass to try and, but yeah, it's an insufferable pain in the ass trying to, avoid friendly fire. Alright. Nice. Oh, I love the smell of dead kites in the morning. Well, no, it's night. It's not morning. Actually, it is morning in game, technically, so... Well, it's close to evening. Alright, but yeah. I actually had to re-roll my character because he kept on triggering friendly fire too many times. And that was because one of my fighter skills triggered AoE at like 36 meters out. So real quick, let me transfer that to feet real quick, because I don't know it off the top of my head. So that's about like 118 feet worth of distance. I did the equivalent of what is effectively a longbow in terms of the amount of range I had. And I pretty much just obliterated anything and everything in my way. But yeah, I pretty much obliterated everything and anything that was in my way. And it was fun for a while, I admit. I will not deny the fact that because I had like a shitload of range, and the fact that I just literally just wrecked everything, I will not shirk away from the fact that I had fun with that. However, I do realize that I did realize and recognize that it was going to be... But yeah, I do recognize and realize that despite me fucking laughing my ass off and enjoying it, it's not fun for the party to literally be fucking hit with the Oh, we lost someone. Oh, it was Gar, because he had shit low health. Okay.
Yes, sir. What would you have me do?
Alright, but yeah. So, yeah, despite me, like, just enjoying that and laughing my ass off half the time, I do recognize that it was a pain. It's not fun. It's the equivalent of being hit by a fireball every now and, like, every round or so. And it's just because one guy wanted to fucking hit the BBEG and inflict, like, I'm trying to remember my dice. I think it was like 36 dice total. Or, yeah, 36 damage total. Which, to be fair, was a pretty good chunk. And I did get rid of a lot of the... I did get rid of the fodder enemies. But, yeah, no, it's still not fun to just go through that. So I'm re-rolling with my with an old character sheet that I had, which was a paladin, to be more specific. It was a paladin character, and I actually had to do some, like, reading into as to, like, what I can do to make this character still feel good to me while also maintaining party cohesion. Because the party currently does not have a definitive, I guess, Jack of Trades character. We don't have a definitive support character besides the cleric, but the cleric is more specifically a battle cleric, so they're like slinging spells like crazy. So there's that, and I'm trying to think. I chose paladin because you could get more power out of it while still having to maintain like certain codes and ethics, which, you know, fighter was nice, but because I could get like extra power with the paladin, I chose that. And more specifically, I couldn't just like choose like any power willy-nilly, but specifically I had to choose... Specifically, I was able to choose like a divine power. So, you know how like for some people that have played Baldur's Gate lately, in Baldur's Gate, if you like choose to side with Baal, you get powered kill. So for Tormenta 20, when you start off, and if you play to be a paladin or a cleric or anyone that's like devoted to a god, you can take an extra power that god covers. In which, because I chose the samurai god, I chose two things. One was that god's tradition, because it allowed me to use the god's favored weapon, which is a katana, as a simple weapon. And my second power was the ability to increase my damage by 2 steps and increase my attack by +2. And it would come at the cost of just me having to sheath and resheath my weapon, in which, by Tormenta 20's standards, by default, is a movement action. I know that you can not use the movement action, but you have to expend like an MP for you to initiate that. In which, you know, some might pay that price early on, but I chose to, because I chose to play human again, because before I was playing as Mashin, which is pretty much, I'm trying to remember, it's the robot character, it's the Warforge of Tormenta 20. But yes, the Warforge of Tormenta 20, and the humans, they could choose about upwards to I think it was like 3. No, yeah, no, they could take up to like 2 feats while also maintaining an extra skill. The Martian can do the same, but they have much greater penalties, but greater benefits. For example, Martian, unlike Warforged, which has like the same benefits as a human, the Golem in Tormenta 20, they do not get or benefit from a traditional long rest. Because, side tangent, the way long rest works in Tormenta 20 compared to D&D, where it's like a catch-all, heal everything. Tormenta 20, it's your level plus comfort. So you get your level. So if it's like normal rest, you just get your level. If it's like a comfortable rest, you get, I think, double that. And then if you get like really comfortable, like luxury, it's triple that. So there's that, and the golem just does not benefit from that. You just eat I wouldn't say you eat shit, but you kind of eat shit early on, and you don't really get much in the terms of like benefits. You're also stuck continuously at 6 meters, which for the record is the equivalent of having your character set to be moving at like 20 feet per turn, which is not terrible, but it's not great either. Which is why I took the power that let me do like AoE moves like crazy at crazy distances, because I could not move for shit.
I believe my immortal. Perhaps retreat would be a viable option at this juncture.
Alright, but yeah. So, yeah, it's just playing a human at the very least, sorry. I think Mashin does have a chassis that does let you benefit from not having the -1 penalty or -3 meters penalty to your movement, but I think it's restricted to one chassis, and that's it. And I didn't want to do that, so I just opted to just go human again, to embrace humanity, to embrace the flesh. Don't mind us, just tripping every single trap in this godforsaken hellscape. So I'm trying to think, what do I want to talk about my current character sheet? Because right now, my current character sheet with the human paladin, before with my Mashin, my golem character sheet, I was able to move 6 meters and was able to use heavy armor. My armor class was AC 25. And so now with this human paladin character sheet, I'm able to move 12 meters out, and I have like 27 armor class. Bear in mind, before I was able to do like all sorts of like crazy long range feats somewhat, whilst now I'm I'm pretty much the polar opposite, in which I'm hyper mobile. I was able to inflict like a crazy amount of damage before. Now I'm just mobile and able to do crazy amount of damage. The only difference is I don't have immunity to fire, and I don't heal from magical fire. And so that's kind of the drawback there. Because playing as the golem, I was able to choose my power source, and I gained immunity to whatever that was. So whatever element that was triggered. But yeah, whatever element was triggered, like say for example, someone decides to cast Fireball at me, I would be pretty much be able to like pull like a Terminator. Yeah, I would just be able to pull like a Terminator and just like walk out of the flames like T-800. Yeah, like the T-800, just dun 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 dun. You know what's even funnier is that my golem character was a transforming hero. So like, it's like a what was it? I think it's Totsukatsu? No, that's not right. Pretty much a Power Ranger or a Kamen Rider. It was a Kamen Rider, Power Ranger, transforming hero. And it was just hilarious. Alright, but yeah, it's just hilarious just like how obscene it got. I would say for my paladin, my human paladin character sheet right now, it's not the most strongest thing ever. I'll say that much. I don't think it's that strong immediately off the bat, but I do think at the very least it's much better organized, and it's probably reached a new level of potency that is more theoretical and more achievable than the golem character sheet I had before. Because I'm able to move 12 feet because I chose the same archetype, which was the Kamen Rider, Power Ranger, superhero, subdivision class type of thing. So yeah, I chose that again, and I also, for the sake of my damage, I still use the katana. However, I can't two-hand it anymore because I don't meet the requirements. And along with that, more hilariously, I can specifically use it with one hand, and somehow I managed to be better than when I was able to be better than I was when I was a when I was a fucking human, when I was the golem fighter, because it went from being 25 to 27, and now my hit probability and damage output is theoretically higher. Just because of the fact that I could get higher crit rating. Because my menace modifier, which is the crit modifier, went from being 19 to 18 to 17. And along with that, it tripled. So it went from being a 2-time critical to a 3-time critical. And so when you account for the fact that my character is just continuously just drawing and sheathing his weapon for free as well, I am doing 3d6 plus dexterity modifier of 4. So I'm doing 3d6 plus 4, and because I have like a bunch of like special enchantments on the katana as well, it's an additional plus 4, so it's actually an 8. So it's 18 to 26 points of damage. And the hit probability for the katana now, I think it's like sitting at like plus 6 or plus 7. Add that on top of my natural plus 12 attack modifier, it achieves easily over 20. Which most enemies at this point would be at like minimum maybe like 18 and 19 AC. Compared to like D&D where it's like, yeah, no, achieving above 20 is like crazy, man. Who are you? Why have you come? I'll not go. I'll spit on the judgment of the Wheel Clan. Elven pawns. It's come to this. That it does. I'm ashamed for myself and my kind, I say. I don't understand. I only came here to find the Black Mountain Clan. Betrayal it was. Myself, the clan of the Wheels, betray us all. Sent to despair without any hope for return. It was Stennar and the boy, Stennar and Bates. We all paid the same burden of shame. Who are you? Gunman Orbender of Mountain Black. I am shame, betrayer, but not. I did what I must be done. I alone stood for rights. Yours is not to judge. Mine is the harshest judgment of all. Where's your clan? Gone. Gone to the despair. An island of death and hate. And a holy place of judgment. What are you trying to tell me? Gaze upon the pillar of truth for your answers. Too long my mind has been consumed by my traps and those waiting for me to slip and show weakness. They are here, you know, waiting in the shadows. So you've been down here 70 years laying for traps and waiting? My traps have kept me safe. My home must be protected to the end of days. Much evil afoot. I can see I won't be getting much from you. Good day. Finally, progress, I think. I'm not proud as I set this down, but I, known as Gorman Orbender, have rejected the judgment of the Wheel Clan. Banishment of the Black Mountain Clan is to the Isle of Despair for crimes against the Dwarven world, namely sharing technology with the humans, is a more grave offense than which purports to avenge. I commit to stone my judgment on Lohar and his clan, blinded in their madness to extents that he allowed the elves to force their hand. The day the elves came, led by the warrior betrayers of the wheel, was the day my destiny was writ upon stone. Gorman Orbender would never be banished by the hand of an elf, no matter what untrue judgment of guilt were handed down. The voice of reason, usually so clearly were heard by dwarven kind, was shunned when it cried out to drive the human from the ancestral home. The Bates child sold the dwarven birthright to the world. As he was charged of Stennar, so must be guilt. This day will be remembered for the days of the Orbender, when the proudest of the clan be forced to sheep into the circle of banishment created by lowly elves. While warriors stand and do not, the Orbender must reject all that his dwarven bones will him to do. Alright. As there must be one to stay and make this record in the most evil of days. I scream for my brothers to fight the unfair judgment of the clan of all clans. I scream at them still. Let's see who's low hair. Alright, we got somewhere at least, I guess. Let's see if that should be enough for old Bates boy. Alrighty. So I don't know what you're talking about. I was trying to spare you from dying from the hands of my party members, you idiot. This guy's just got nothing. These are the worst assassins ever. You think they have like money or something, but no. Hey, a level up. Sweet. Alright, now is a good opportunity to level my willpower. I'm comfortable with having a 12 beauty. Alrighty. Hey, Gilbert. The dwarves were banished to the Isle of Despair because your callous betrayal and theft of their technology doomed them. I did not mean it to sound as harsh as it may have. By the gods, it is as I feared. I doomed them all. What have I done? My youthful impertinence, Here's some gold for your trouble. Could you do something further for me? You would like me to go to the Isle of Despair? What is the Isle of Despair? Will your indebtedness run more than 300 gold this time? Excellent. How do I get there? And he will take me. Can this man be trusted? That's reassuring. Thank you for your generosity. I'll appraise you of my findings. What say, fancy old boy? Fancy to join up? Alrighty, 5 party members now. I got Sogs and I got fucking Chaka. Oh my goodness. I am literally accruing an army at this point. This is so screwed and hilarious, though. I now have 2 half ogres, 1 half orc, a dwarf, and a human, and a dog. I just need an elf lady and we're all set, boys. The power of fucking maxed out charisma. See, how much is that going to run me? Alright, right now I'm just reorganizing my shit. I literally just got like a lot of stuff, man. Jeez. You don't mind if I litter in your store, do ya? Great. That'll be fine, I'm sure. Hmm. Huh. I think I might just keep the plate armor. Yeah, I think I might just keep the plate armor. Keep it simple that way. Alrighty, so somehow I gotta get to the Isle of Despair. I got like, what am I level at? Level 12 right now. So, shit. Let's see, does this guy got anything good? I don't think he does, but worth a shot looking around. Yeah, let's hit up one of the magic shops. Maybe they got something good. Alright, real quick, I'm running through some stuff on my end. Yeah, you know what? Sorry. So I'm just like looking at like a bunch of assets that this game's got apparently. Dread armor. 2,000. Minute plate armor of regeneration. A paltry 2,400. Shit. Alright, look, man, I got like a bunch of gems. So let's trade, alright? I got like a bunch of stuff. Red Barbarian and Dread Armor. Is there any way I could get around traveling faster outside of just getting teleportation? That's just what I want to find out now. Teleportation would be the easiest answer to that, but still. Jesus Christ, I'm trying to fucking reorganize this shit. Alright. Oh, is this dwarf armor? I think it's dwarf armor. Let me see. Yep, fucking dwarf armor. That's what I bought. What a goddamn rip. I got fucking dwarf armor. I'm not a dwarf. I'm a human. See, red barbarian clothes, dread armor. How much would the geode sell for? Alright, I'm back in a nice suit. Time to sell this suit and see if the dread armor is worthwhile, because it's got like a shitload of crazy stuff on it apparently. Hey, come on, let's go. Man, surprised nobody's done a Arcanum style enhanced edition or something like that. There's like Baldur's Gate and Neverwinter Nights. Why not fucking Arcanum? So this is what I look like now, huh? Dread armor. It's light, that's for sure. It's got damage resistance 5, and what the hell is MP? Armor class I know. Damage resistance I know. FR. What the fuck is FR? And what the hell is NP? So we're gonna check the effects that I'm under. Scarred by myself. Real quick, let me look up something. Because I do want to, at the very least, see if dread armor is worthwhile. see. Noise penalty minus 20, damage fire resistance plus 5. Ooh. Okay. It's pretty good, actually. Shit. It's not bad, actually, so, alright. So, incentive for me to, I guess, yeah, alright. Jeez, this is just hilarious. We just got like 3 half-naked guys just running around. One of them is pretty weak and lanky looking, and the others are just like whatever. It's just so hilarious. Or maybe because my charisma is like so whatevered, and accounting for like all my other stats, it's just almost negligible. God, this is so hilarious. Let's see, can I take on more enemies with my now 6 companions? Jesus. This is so awful, it just circles back to being hilarious. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes! Let's see, half-orc bandit. Oh, what do we got here? A shitty sword. I'll take it, because it's probably better than... What the fuck is this? Alright, never mind. It's probably worthless. $10 gold pieces on a dead guy. Should probably get something for Constitution, though. Sir, do you have any magic items on you? Well, I am kinda magical myself. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm trying to spare you from pain. What is with these guys having like shit all money on them? These are like the worst assassins ever. You think these assassins be rich, but no, they gotta be fucking dirt poor. Jesus Christ, again? I don't know what you're talking about. Finally, some cash. Is there a doctor nearby? Alright, I'm gonna wrap things up right here, right now. Oh, fucking game crashed on me just as I say that as well. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna wrap things up from here for now. I'll hopefully try and tackle this tomorrow, but I would not want to make that promise, but I will make the effort to. So thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the stream. If you want to see more, well, I'm gonna do more research as to like what I could do to like cut corners and progress a bit. So that's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the stream. I'll see you in the next one. That being maybe tomorrow, but probably expect the day after. Although it's gonna be another night stream. So yeah, till then, take care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.